yo, my nigga, man, you talking loud. I'm going in, yo, nigga, man, it's walking out. Hey, I'm talking about the motherfucking bullets. What you niggas talking about, my nigga, make me pull it. Nigga, man, I'm going, you be really on some bullshit. Man, I'm going in, my niggas really got the full clip, and they got the full flip. Aiming that shit. Now you dead, Joe. Nigga, man, I'm going in, flow so special. Nigga, man, I'm going, yo, my nigga, man, the pedal. Flow, I'm going in, I'm a artist like Geppetto. Nigga, you ain't nothing, yo, my nigga, like this. Better let you know fucking about your ego. I'm be going in, yo, a nigga, let your head go. Cause I'm talking about the motherfucking beat is at your top. Nigga, man, I'm going in, my nigga, man, you niggas died. You niggas dead. You niggas dry. Tell me who you body. Fucking fly. You be like, damn, nigga, is this really happening? And you really did. Cause you was really capping. And you was really talking shit like you really snapping. Like a turtle, so I hit you with gun and tell them, nigga, you ain't nothing, nigga, man. I had to tell you what you niggas talking about. My niggas see these niggas fell.
Awesome enough for this snippet. Hey yo, okay.
That was hard, no care.
That was just some freestyle shit. Yo, what's good? What's up to my fellow Pastor Payne out here? Shit at 10 say to these motherfuckers. So, alright. We talking about One Piece, but we're not talking about like conventional One Piece. Like, we're talking about the problems with One Piece and how things can be better. And, or do we think we're going to get more of the same? Because I personally think we're going to get more of the same, but it's just, I fuck with the lore and the world of One Piece so much that it's just like, okay, I have to just take my feelings out of it and just be, you know what I'm saying, and just be appreciative that I'm, sharing his art.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
art. So, I mean, how do you feel about the state of One Piece and like as far as like writing and things that you think that it could change? I mean, just to start off, how do you think One Piece is going right now?
Well, post time skip, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a little disappointing. Like, I definitely feel like the character writing and character development was better pre time skip. Like with Ennie's Lobby, Marineford, like those are classic arcs. And post time skip has been pretty subpar in my opinion. Like Punk Hazard was okay. Fishman Island was pretty bad in my opinion. Dressrosa was fine. Like nothing really blew me away. Even Whole Cake Island was good in the first part, but the second part I just didn't really fuck with that much. Like I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's been going downhill, and Wano has been a really good arc thus far. But again, it hasn't really blown me away in terms of writing, in terms of the
You don't think
character
so?
moments we got.
You don't think so?
Nah, like I don't know. Like I've been rereading One Piece a lot, and like Ennie's Lobby with the character development we got for like Nico Robin and the rest of the crew, the character moments, like the themes. Like I don't think it's present in Wano. Like I feel
Yeah,
like Wano has been hyped.
I could give you that. Honestly, it's more prevalent than it ever was, because when you first get to Wano, right,
Hmm.
the first person Luffy interacts with is somebody who knew Ace.
Yeah, yeah,
So no,
yeah. I
so,
mean,
so no, but no, just like, and then he ends up inadvertently saying the same shit that Ace said. So that raises the stakes. Then you see that, oh, Big Mom gonna pull up. Okay, that's right. You raising the stakes. Now, how everything played out is however you want to feel about it. All I'm saying is I don't see how people can say that, because it has been like with Whole Cake. I fucked with Whole Cake just for the simple fact I fucked with Sanji. I've always fucked with Sanji. That nigga just suave me. Like he a perv, and he a simp low key,
yeah.
but I just fuck with that nigga because like him and Zoro was Zoro's my favorite character, and then it's Sanji, and then it's Luffy, just because that's how it was like for their aesthetic to me. I always thought Luffy looked like retarded. No, it's not. No, AMG. What I'm saying is, like, he's trying to become a great pirate. He's trying to become the king of the pirates right now. And when you get there, before anything happens, before you find out about Odin, before they really found out about all of that shit, It's the Overlord King. It's the where's Ace? He's dead, and it didn't affect him. I thought it was gonna, he was gonna. I mean, I knew like you can go back into the stream, and I was like, well, he's gonna tell her, but it's just like to see it and to see him. Okay, I'm worried about my crew, and then people saying like, as far as like the battle progression of goes and observation hockey, like that's always been iffy with me as far as like the fighting, just because like Gear 2 and Gear 3 came out of nowhere, like absolutely nowhere.
I don't think it came absolutely nowhere. I mean, it was. I think Rob Lucci explained it was based on the Soro techniques that they use as a part of the Rokushiki, and Luffy's always been like a pretty smart fighter.
Young nigga, but AMG, what I'm saying is, for him, Ace dying. When you look at Marineford, right? Luffy was questioning himself because he let Ace die. Can I really become the king of the pirates? I couldn't save my crew. I couldn't save my brother. And then when you get to Wano, you see the difference in he's dead, but I'm gonna do this, because I can, because I have to. And I'm not, bro. I'm not saying it's amazing, and that's the disconnect. I'm not saying it's amazing. What I'm saying is, I feel like people shit on it more than it deserves to be. Oh shit! This trash mic in here on my own stream. But I'm what I was saying was because of the fact that he's trying to he's trying to surpass Ace, and then somebody knew Ace, so that like it gave him an opportunity to slip, and he did not slip. He stayed strong and true, and I fucked with that. I mean, that's all I'm saying. And I'm not please don't. I hate when niggas say, yes, but we need that. Because it's shown that you need resolve to become king of the pirates. Like, what if Roger had been like, "No, I'm about to die, fam. So, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he did that? What if he had not said, "No, I'm gonna go and push the extra mile"? Would he have been king of the pirates? You know what I'm saying, Will? But I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and say what you were saying. I just had to.
Oh no, I was just saying that I don't think that Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd completely came out of nowhere. I just think that, I mean, you could say that to an extent with all of his like transformations and power ups and whatnot, but I don't think Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd completely came out of left field. Like I wouldn't call it an ass pull like other transformations.
I mean, so wait, are you in a belief that Snake Man was an ass pull?
Oh no! I don't think Snake Man was an asshole.
Okay, because Dustin used to blow me with that argument. Like he used to blow the shit out of me with that argument.
I mean, I can see why people think it's an ass pull, but then again,
I can't because in the whole people just didn't read the fight, because in the first when he first went Gear 4, he was so busy trying to figure out how to hit in her category and how to not be getting his ass whooped. Basically, like using observation. He was so busy in training himself to use it, he didn't realize, oh shit, I'm about to run out of time. It's not like with the Doflamingo fight where he was clearly stronger than this motherfucker. So, he wasn't really worried about so he would definitely know what his time was about to run out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I just think that some people mistaken that for like, because it wasn't introduced or like foreshadowed that like Snake Man just came out of nowhere.
That's the thing. Everything has been foreshadowed for the simple fact when you look at the animals that this nigga, like, look at the animals, look at their name, look at the names of attacks. This nigga has his base Gear 4, which is what I call Bellman. I call it base Gear 4.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at that, he has Snake Man attacks. It's just not reliant on the type of attacks that Snake Man does. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, to say that is like as you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Especially when he said Gear 4, Bounce Man, we already knew, okay, it's different forms. So to say that, and then it's not like it's not like he's just every single time. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, Oda has a very subtle way of foreshadowing that kind of stuff. Like with Gear Second,
Yeah.
we saw Soru. With Gear Third, we already knew it could blow his body up into like a balloon. And so applying that to his other body parts is kind of foreshadowed as well. Yeah, I mean, he's very subtle with it, so it's about your like personal preference on like how explicit you want it to be with like his foreshadowing. But I don't have any problems with the introduction of Snake Man or Gear Second or Gear Third personally.
Well, see, I had a he just got one shotted, and it's just like, all right, now my base is stronger. Like, no training. I don't tell you any type of training. That's why I don't tell you any type of training. But hey, now I got Gear 2 and Gear 3. It was dope. I mean, like, it was hard, but it was just like, all right, my nigga, where the fuck did this come from? Please, I didn't get no type of. And see, my thing is like that. Where My Hero shines is they give the training. Like you see the training with Black Clover, you see the training. See, I always fuck with showing that you see the training because you see their progression. And where as far as One Piece, you. All right, am I back? And why do I have two? Yo.
Yeah, there are two of you. One's buffering, the other one I can see your face.
All right, I don't know what just happened. Am I still live?
Yeah, you're still live.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. A StreamYard just did some nut ass shit. But like that's what I'm saying. Like as far as like you don't see the nigga train. So it's just like everything is susceptible to be ass pulled. Especially if somebody just doesn't like it. Like the whole Katakuri fight was basically just mirroring how they're basically the same person. They just want to be free and protect their people. That's it. Katakuri and Luffy are the same thing. Like they're literally if Luffy was in the Revolutionary Army type shit, and at least to my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that's the right hand. So you I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that, but
nah, bro. I mean, I see your point with like it's just like I said, it all comes down to personal taste, man. Like people like explicit. Some people like explicit like showings of like transformations and like foreshadowing, like but what Oda isn't like put it in your face kind of stuff. He'll like subtly foreshadow it, and you should kind of like
no, it's subtlety as fuck. And then with the anime, the animated episode, the reason why it's titled One Piece is ending because I see the end. Like I see it, like you know what I'm saying. I'm seeing I don't want to say the fall off because I'm not necessarily saying it's falling off. It's been doing what One Piece has been doing, and whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's literally doing the same shit it's been doing. So it's like, do you fix what's not broken, or do you try to fix some shit and break it? And then you can't make it back, and now you're just sitting here where everybody's like, "Oh, this is trash. This is trash." You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you want to go? Because it's like, if he changes Luffy now, other than the subtle ways that he is changing Luffy, people's gonna hate it.
Yeah, Luffy isn't really the type of character that is supposed to develop, in my opinion. It's more about how the world develops around Luffy than the vice versa. Like,
so you mean like on some One Punch Man type shit?
Kinda. I mean, Luffy isn't like the same character as One Punch Man in terms of like the role in the story, but Luffy is.
I'm just saying as far as Saitama don't change.
Yeah. They don't really change. Like Luffy has like experienced pain, and we've seen like different emotions from him, but he doesn't really change as a character. Like Oda kind of like hinted at changes with the whole time skip, but then post time skip, he's the exact same person. Even Zoro even pointed that out during Punk House, that he really hasn't changed that much. and that he needs to start getting serious.
You can't. I don't. Punk Hazard Luffy and this Luffy are completely different now. And I don't even mean just power. I mean, as far as underestimating, he doesn't do that anymore.
Nah, I mean, in terms of like how
Does he overestimate himself? Yes, but underestimate his opponent, he doesn't do that anymore. And those are key differences. He used to do both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you can agree or disagree. I will be right back. Just keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that he underestimates his opponents. Cause like he's a pretty smart fighter, I think. I don't think that he really goes in there cocky or anything. But like I said, I don't really think he's changed that much as a character, and I don't think nor is he supposed to. Like he's meant to be like the leader of the Straw Hat Pirates. He's a man with ambition who wants to be the Pirate King. I don't think the Pirate King role is meant for you to go through like significant emotional change. He's as he was in the series is how he will be as he was at the beginning of the series rather it's as he will be at the end of the series, in my opinion. Like I feel like Luffy was fit to be the Pirate King from a mentality standpoint since chapter 1. I don't think there's really any real change that needs to be made to his psyche in order to fit into the Pirate King role. So that's why I don't think that he doesn't need development as a character. I just think he affects the world around him.
But what about his role as a captain? Because that factors into becoming an A Yonko and then to be, the Pirate King.
Yeah, I mean, we see, this is what I mean by change. Like Luffy, we see that Luffy feels like a burden on being captain, but he doesn't really change as a captain, in my opinion. Like I don't think I've ever seen Luffy like change his ways of like I mean, I guess you could say he's been more assertive as a captain, but that's not really the character development, in my opinion. At least it's not very significant character development. Like I don't think Luffy has really progressed as a character the way that some people like to say he has. I don't think that he has progressed at all, and I don't think that's a bad thing because Luffy, I don't think is meant to progress as a character. Because, like I said, the Pirate King role, he was mentality wise, he was ready to do that since chapter 1. It's all about him getting the physical power to be at Pirate King, not him overcoming mental hurdles.
I think it's more than just the physical power. I think it's also the respect.
But doesn't that come with physical power? Like if you being powerful enough, you get respect.
But I feel like, so what about Buggy then? Buggy's not physically strong, but he still has a lot of respect, right?
Yeah, he does have respect, but I always view that as like a running gag with his character. Like no one relevant respects Buggy.
With his character, and you are right with that. All I'm saying is, it's in a One Piece world. Luck is an actual attribute. So it's like you gotta really factor in everything. If you're really gonna do that, you really have to factor in everything. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, but how would luck factor into like his character development? Like,
well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, was like, okay, like I feel like Oda could say pass certain shit off with Luffy because of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's done that.
Yeah, he has done that a lot.
And he hasn't overused it, but he's done it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so what I'm saying is just like you say pre-time skip was better than post-time skip, right?
Yeah.
But I honestly disagree.
You think post-time skip is better?
Than pre-time skip. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because of the power progression, because of the overall stakes. Yeah, the best arcs for me, right? And I watched One Piece all the way through, and then that's when I caught it to the manga. Well, the best arcs were Enies Lobby, Marineford, Sabaody, and that was just cool because of the lore. And Luffy punching the Celestial Dragons and then them getting their ass beat. Like, I fuck with. I mean, I do fuck with Crocodile, but I feel like the way Luffy beat Crocodile was bullshit. Um, Whereas post time skip, you get Caesar, and everything post time skip all correlates and leads up to something. It's not just no one off. Like you think that Punk Hazard was just a one off. Oh, you just needed to get Caesar, but then you find out no. We had to, if they didn't run across Momonosuke and shit, they wouldn't have had nearly as easy a time in Wano. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Luck comes into certain parts of it, and also being a great captain because he has notoriety, and you can't get notoriety without strength. Yes, but notoriety is more important then because if you have a certain level of notoriety, niggas not gonna fuck with you off the strength of your name. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Although I will say, you said that you like the power progression in like post time skip.
Yeah, because you can actually see hockey. It was like with Logias were the most broken niggas on pre-time skip. And it was just like it had to be some type of gimmick for Luffy to win. That's why I hated Enel because the fight was ass. I mean, it was just like he was Luffy's hard counter, and then he still tried to make it like, oh, just because you can hit me doesn't mean you can defeat me. And then Luffy goes and ricochets his punches off of fucking Golden Arc and beats this nigga. And it's just like you couldn't stab the nigga in the back while he was turning like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain shit that, I didn't fuck with the villains. Like the only thing that was the redeeming about Scott Peel was the Shandorians and shit. Like I didn't like the fat I didn't like the fat ball motherfucker, the meatball nigga. I don't know what the fuck that name is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The one that hit that these niggas all had to team up to beat, but Luffy goes and it took Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji to beat this nigga. Luffy had to hold this nigga. Sanji had to hurt this nigga and had to injure this nigga, and Zoro had to finish this nigga off. But Luffy goes and defeats a nigga that's OD stronger than him just because he's rubbering the main character. Bullshit. The fact you telling me that the fact that Crocodile didn't have fucking an awakened zone, bullshit. I mean, and that's been proven to me that he didn't, and because of the rain machine or whatever the case may be. But you mean to tell me a motherfucker that trained all his life with his devil fruit to the point where he quote unquote didn't have hockey, and he is not an awakened Logia? Like. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with post time skip, you get Fishman Island, which was which where niggas always say, oh, that was just for the Straw Hats to show their strength. It was, but it was also leading up to the Reverie. Had Luffy not had what happened in Fishman Island not happened, had Luffy not shown up, we wouldn't have had that Reverie shit. A lot of shit would not be moving if it was not for what happened. You know, do you see what I'm saying now?
I see what you're saying. Although I will say that
had they weren't there earlier, that shit wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that hockey. I'm of the opinion that hockey is kind of ruining the action in One Piece. Like I don't feel like there are any stakes anymore.
I disagree because it gives people more. Like that was my main problem with One Piece. It was just like nobody had anything that was going to universally get people stronger. It was too personal for me. Like it's like the abilities was too personal. Whereas with observation hockey, you got different like ways to use it. And where as far as you either just have a devil fruit or you just strong and we don't know why you're strong. Like, I mean, because that's what it was. That's what it was. Everybody who was strong had a fucking devil fruit or had a gimmick.
Yeah, I just.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
I mean, I'm just saying that hockey, like nowadays with like One Piece, like the battles really come down to who has the strongest hockey, and I feel like that's not really the action I'm looking for in One Piece. Like like Crocodile said it
But
Impel Down that like the Devil Fruit interplay between Devil Fruits that matters in battles, and that kind of got like pretty much forgotten and thrown under the bus with like the introduction of hockey, where it's just like if you have a stronger armament,
I
you automatically
disagree.
win the fight.
But it's not though, because you got niggas that got like what happened to Marineford, niggas who had armament hockey and pretty good levels at that fight. Tried to hit Aokiji. I mean, Aokiji had tried to fucking fuck with what's his name, Akainu, and he had. So as top tiers, you need that. Hockey has to be the deciding factor because the series is about wills. That's why I think that Conqueror's Hockey is like, because I think Conqueror's Hockey gives you an awakening. That's what I think, because it's like, what else does this shit do? And it's just like it would be like, because like especially like when you see Luffy like in the anime. Hold on. When he hit Kaido and his eyes turned like looked like he was going gear forward, but Bound Man, but Snake Man, like it's foreshadowing, niggas. Like that's why I hate when niggas say, "Oh, that manga's so much better," because it's like with the manga you can only see but so much shit. You can only really tell the author's intent. Do some animes fuck shit up? Hell yeah.
Mm.
But as far as the action wise, you mean to tell me you can see more just from looking at the picture than you can see in the fluid animation of what's going on and how the context is? I mean, like that be that Marineford was just a whole bunch of still pictures. Let's keep it honest.
I mean, generally, animation is better than reading manga. I just feel like the quality of the One Piece manga is better than the anime, like in general. Like,
But I mean, I disagree only for the simple fact that Oda is the type of mangaka that is so narcissistic, not even in a bad way, but it's his shit that he been doing for 20 some years. He's not gonna let Toei do some shit that he don't want to be shown. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the way Oda off-screens fights. Like let's really be real with it. Would we really love the anime if they just stuck completely to everything that was on the fucking? It'd be like maybe 400 episodes. Like let's keep it real.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, the only reason I don't like the anime is mainly because of the animation and also the pacing becomes really bad with the One Piece anime.
You sleep because the fucking animation down. Shit, since Thailand is fire.
I wouldn't say it's been consistent. With Wano, it's been consistent, but with
Wano changed the whole dynamic. But you can say however you feel about the Katakuri versus Luffy fight. Visually, that shit was amazing. Visually, that was like better than the Rob Lucci fight, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I agree that it's the best fight animation wise. I just feel like the One Piece anime hasn't had consistent animation on that level.
But see,
especially pre-Hokage Island.
Have you but do you see? You said pre-Tom to Hokage Island.
I said consistently pre-Hokage Island. It's only really been consistently good through Wano, but it hasn't really gone that far in Wano. To be fair,
I would say honestly, Hokage Island. For starting with Hokage Island, I don't really think there's been problems, yes, but I don't think there's been that many problems. Certain shit where like if you want to say like where that reused animation, okay, you have a point, but that's mostly in scenes where they try to add context rather than add like stay strictly to what was in the fucking manga. For example, like when we seen regularly Gear on One Shot Gear 4, we's like, okay, like because niggas was like, oh, how strong is Gear 4? And then it was quickly like when you watch the anime, it was quickly put into perspective how strong Gear 4 is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, and you see that, and like with Luffy being a fighting genius, I don't know if it's been stated or whatever, but that's the only way I can chalk half the shit up that Luffy be pulling off. To be honest, especially when Gear 2 and Gear 3 came out, I was like, yeah, this nigga's a battle genius. I'll let it slide. But I feel like it came out of nowhere. Like Soru, they say that was the foreshadowing, but I'm like, that was the foreshadowing of him pumping his blood and getting steam to be able to do it. When these niggas can just do it, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what?
I mean, visually it looks the same, but again, like I can see your point about the application being a little bit different. Like with Luffy
And
pumping
that's what
his
I'm
blood.
saying.
But
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I love One Piece because I love the world building. I love the characters. There's so many. Like Oda could really take any number of characters and do a whole manga on them, and everybody would be happy.
mm-hmm.
Imagine if this nigga started off with a fucking dragon. Like he spins off with dragons. Who's gonna be mad at that? Like who? We get to see Dragon come up and see if this nigga actually get to fight against Roger, like, or we go to Roger, like it's so many avenues. This motherfucker introduced a character that we didn't know. We had just only heard about. This nigga introduced the nigga and then has made this nigga more likable than Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
like let's like we I feel like people like are now specifically shitting on the people that's been doing this for forever. And, you know, just because, you know, you're coming out, you got some consistency and you're good, it's just like, okay, hit me up when you reach 500 chapters. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how, your longevity in this shit. Especially when you're talking to somebody that's a 20-something year vet. You think a nigga that came out this decade really making a dent in this nigga philosophy, or in the way this nigga like writing his manga or whatever? Like I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing because like that, like if Oda takes or looks at somebody else's writing so much and then starts to doubt his own pen, do you think that we as the consumer we would notice that or we wouldn't notice it?
I mean, the way people have been talking about One Piece in the reviews lately, I think that people would definitely notice it. People have been like, they're because like the One Piece perception is kind of like heightened, where like people will either be like blindly following it or like taking it down at every turn, or very few lie in between. So I feel like people would definitely notice like any sort of like change in quality, regardless of the reason. Like, cause that's just the way people have been reviewing One Piece lately. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's up to interpretation. But I definitely feel like people are a lot more critical, or not so critical of One Piece, but more so critical. Uh, so
Yeah,
yeah, I feel
I
like people
feel
definitely
like,
notice it.
and I feel like we need a balance, and I really want to try to be that balance. And it's like people think that I'm a stan of One Piece. Like, no, I have some shit problems with One Piece. I just really don't be trying to drag it down because like where we are now is great to me. Like it's really interesting. It's like you got my interest.
Hmm. Yeah, I like One Piece a lot, but I never really liked it for like the plot. I really just connected with the characters and the world building. That's not to say the plot was bad. It's just like it's not some intricately
It's
multi-structured laid out
hilarious.
plot.
It's one of the most. It's one of the most hilarious shonen. It's funnier than Naruto by far, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
it. Nigga, my name, nigga, right here. But shout out to Nagato Uzumaki. But see, all the Uzumakis are so tough. We go. This channel is going to be doing a lot of shit as far as like the Naruto, a lot of like in depth analysis of the series, and like so to say, like as like. So, what do you think like Oda could do better in your eyes?
Could Oda do better? Uh, a consistent problem that's been with One Piece for a long time is the villain quality. I feel like he needs to develop the villains a bit more. Like Doflamingo and Katakuri were probably two of the best developed villains we've seen. And Katakuri, people don't even consider him a villain.
No, Katakuri for Pirate King.
You said what?
Katakuri for Pirate King.
Yeah, I mean, but
no, I really only say that because, like, I would rather have Goofy than Blackbeard. Like, I don't like Blackbeard, man. I just don't. He's too clunky for me. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. We'll have to see more Blackbeard, but at the rate we're going with like the villain writing, I don't really expect anything like knock my socks off in terms of like writing quality for the villains. Like I haven't really been that impressed with any One Piece villains so far. Like
I mean,
they've been good for One Piece standards, but that's not really a high bar.
I mean, but why do you say that?
I mean, I feel that way because like we just all right. So obviously, villains don't have to like go through the same character arc or character progression as like the protagonist due to like their role in the story. But at the same time, you at a fundamental level, you kind of have to understand where the villain is coming from. You kind of understand the motivation, the backstory, and they have to, in my opinion, you want a villain to be multi-layered. You don't want it just to be like a mustache twirling villain. And he also has to challenge the protagonist at like a philosophical level. That is like that's why I think Katakuri was good. But
yeah, a lot of people be on Doflamingo dick, but I can't understand him. Like he cool and shit, but he's just too. I'm bad for the sake of being bad. Like he really doesn't have any motivations for the reasons for the way he is. He even though he was a celestial dragon, all that shit, he basically was the same way he was always gonna be. He was just it was a parallel for his brother, but at the same time, the fact that he was just evil for the sake of being evil was just like he was lovable. He was Frieza basically. He was the Frieza of One Piece.
Yeah, he was like a likable villain, but I just didn't think the character writing was that good. And that's why you said what?
I said I fuck with Crocodile's writer.
Crocodile. I mean, why do you? I mean, what are you fucking with about it? Like Crocodile, I haven't really got any like development or like depth from Crocodile. Like he just seems like your typical pirate, mob boss. Like to be honest,
but he's not though. I mean, like for one, he got a whole secret with Ivankov. So what the fuck is that?
But we haven't seen that relationship. Like he just got subtle hits in it, and in the arc where he was introduced and the main villain of, we got nothing from him but trying to awaken the ancient weapon, which we don't even know why. I mean, we know why he was trying to do it, but like at the same time, there was no motivation for doing it other than just to fulfill an antagonistic role in the story.
Well, no, he wants to be the Pirate King. We seen him at Roger's execution. He was inspired by Roger. We know why he did it. What I'm saying is, I fuck with the fact that even like he built his crew, he built his network, and he had his number one, and him and his number one is like they even though they got defeated and they licked their wounds, they got out. They still put on the show in Marineford. You know what I'm saying? So they still strong. That's why I didn't fuck with pre-time skip because it's like, how the fuck did Luffy beat this nigga? The nigga that was fucking with Doflamingo and shit. How the fuck did this nigga beat this nigga? Like this nigga Crocodile forgot he could use half his powers in the fight. Like he could drain this nigga. Like
Yeah, I mean, isn't that mostly due to the fact that Luffy had like the blood on his hands and that countered his most of his Logia powers?
it allowed him to hit him. How did that stop him from being able to? How did that stop him from being able to suck out his moisture? Pause.
No, not to like stop him from sucking out his moisture, but at the same time, like,
But why? So why didn't he do it after the first fight? Why did he not use that power anymore? After he killed Luffy with that move the first time, why did he no longer use that move?
I mean, from a meta perspective, Oda likely did that just so not to create tension. I mean to create more tension in the fight and have it be a one shot. But like in the context of the fight, uh, I don't know. I think Luffy may have been because it was Luffy closed the distance on Crocodile, and Crocodile wasn't really fast enough to keep up with Luffy. Like Crocodile's Loki intangibility allowed him to keep up with Luffy and like not keep up with Luffy, but counter Luffy when it came to like hand to hand. But like when Luffy has blood on his hands and like able to touch him, Crocodile can't really keep up with that. Like he can't dodge Luffy's punch and then touch him. Luffy's just born and made to be a physical fighter like that, and Crocodile can't really counter that with his own because he's not really that type of fighter.
I mean, like that's a good argument. I just do not like. So this nigga was keeping up with Doflamingo, who like
See, like that's what I don't like about Oda sometimes, cause he like you be having people like Crocodile lose to Luffy, and then you have Crocodile clashing with Doflamingo. Like, that don't make no sense to me.
pre-time skip, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. And people think that I'm a stand in One Piece. Fuck no. One Piece has hella problems, but it's just like you can't. Oh, this nigga just quit on me. I was busting this nigga ass. Anyway, like you can't put them on the same level 1 minute and then like have them, and then you only see the main character get stronger since then. So it's just like it, yeah. Oda blows me with that. And then it's like I hope we actually get to fight. I hope we get to see some shit. But it's like, is Oda gonna hold us back because he doesn't want us to see Roger's powers? Like, does Roger have a devil fruit? Are we gonna really find out if this nigga really didn't have a devil fruit?
I'm pretty sure Oda will eventually reveal that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the potential is the setup for next chat. That is the setup for next chapter. And niggas say potentially, eventually. That is the main problem with One Piece for me. It's like, what the fuck? It's so much shit, so many missed opportunities, so many missed shots. That we got some of it, we got a little bit in the anime, but niggas mad about it. Like, come on, man. It's just, I don't know, man. People just don't really look at certain shit like that. I don't know. Like they just be sucking Oda off. Same with My Hero. Dustin accused me of being a One Piece fan, but that nigga will suck Horikoshi dick till this nigga can't suck no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like no, it's just I can't. I don't know why you say that. Like, bro, I say that because it's true. Like you're so mad at Oda. I don't know why Oda hurt you. Like, how did he hurt you, my nigga? He hurt me too. You know what I'm saying? Let's start a support group for niggas. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's hurt. That nigga hurt you. He let you down.
Somebody said that we was missing context in the Crocodile versus Doflamingo fight. What context was that? It was
Wait,
uh
what? Yeah.
someone. It was in the comments. Someone was saying that like we weren't talking about the context about Crocodile fighting Dofi. Was there
I
any
mean,
context?
that's what I'm saying. Remind us if
Because like I'm pretty sure the only context is that Doflamingo wasn't really trying that hard. But still, Doflamingo wasn't really trying that hard against Sanji, or and Sanji post time skip should be stronger than pre time skip, pre Gears, pre Hockey base form Luffy.
that is my entire point.
People be
That
sleeping
is
on
my
Sanji
entire
sometimes.
point. Like what? What? Like what? You serious? Pre Gears, pre Hockey, pre time skip.
Yo,
This nigga, you asking like,
yeah, and
fuck,
Crocodile
man.
match Doflamingo, like that don't make no sense.
Like, come on, man. And I fuck with Crocodile. So it's like now, if I want to say, hey, yo, Crocodile
Like,
can keep up with nigga. Those
like
niggas
writers,
will laugh me
yeah,
out of here. So Crocodile is Gear 4 level. That's that's the argument that we'll start off with.
you know what? Writers don't have to be like all like
No,
about
what
the
do
power
you
scaling,
mean?
but you gotta keep
I mean,
consistent
look,
with like the
I
basic
fuck
power
with.
levels.
Well, hold on. What is nonsense talking about? Crocodile was in prison training.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
I'll give you that. That's headcanon as fuck, but I'll give you that.
Crocodile was in prison training. Wasn't his devil fruit like? Not, was he not able to use his devil fruit in prison for like the majority of the time? And I don't think we ever saw Crocodile use hockey. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't think he was either. And it's trash that we don't know that for sure. Like that's trash. I don't care how you try to slice it, pretty it up, butter it up. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But that shit is ass.
yeah. I mean, One Piece be like kind of tripping when it comes to power level consistency thing like that. Like I said, you don't have to be like all into power scaling as a writer. You should focus on the story. But at the same time, for a shonen action manga, the power level kind of does matter.
Nigga, it kinda. That's,
Yeah, I mean it does matter. Like
that's like if we had seen the Hokage and this nigga gets killed by Zabuza
yeah,
and then comes back
yeah,
to life in the war and it's fucking Bijou, like 8 tails, 9 tails level, like like fuck out of
yeah.
here, bullshit. And if anybody that said that wouldn't be bullshit is a liar. Niggas hate Kage. But when let that shit slide, fuck out of here. Come here, nigga. Stop running. Yo, you got an Xbox?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or you got a
PS4.
I got you nonsense. Give me a second. Let me finish this. Let me finish this round. Trying to rank up right quick. I got you.
What you playing?
1-4.
Oh yeah.
No, this bitch nigga hit me. Suck my dick. Yo, nonsense. Shit, I'm just gonna post it here. Let me know when this nigga pop in. But man, like, I really he gotta explain his bullshit. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about. Dude. Oh, that ass is mine, boy. Fireball. This needed that. Suck my dick, nigga. You sucking. Bitch. Get who with that fireball guy? This nigga pop up yet? Oof. Come here. Come here. Ooh, come bring your bitch ass here, you fuck nigga. You thought you was gonna win, nigga? Oh, you just gave me a big ass target.
Did you watch that Kaido versus Luffy fight in the anime?
Yeah.
What do you think? People were complaining about how Luffy was doing better in the anime than he did in the manga.
No, it was just
Yo, what's up?
nonsense. What I chalk that up to, honestly, is just they had to like it was certain things that we couldn't really see. It was for the most part it was true to it. It was just it gave us context of like how, because I was wondering that myself in the fight, like how the fuck did this nigga get back to Kaido so fucking fast when he first hit him?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is before he knocked him out of gear four. I mean, before he knocked him out of his witchcraft form. So I didn't have a problem with it. Now how they it was I kind of got mad when I first seen it myself, but it was just like
All right. So y'all saying that the crocodile versus Doki don't make sense like 3 times like at that three.
hold on, you gotta speak up, my nigga. You nigga can't really hear you, like a little ass.
I was saying like y'all was saying that the fight with Doki and Crocodile at Marineford don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luffy beat Crocodile 3 times. We all know that. Now after Crocodile got defeated, he got locked up. Level 6 and fell down. Well, he went somewhere else first, and then he got, transitioned over there. So with him getting moved over there, him and Mr. One both was there, right? And we had a little a cover page art for them too, with them trying to break them out. And they were like, nah, you know what? We're gonna stay here, we're gonna push this out. Reason for that, because it adds to what happened in Marineford. That's what I'm saying, like you gotta add like the growth we're talking out with you during this process. He took his loss, he hit the weight room, right? Came back out, bodying people. Able to
Okay.
grab the I'm pretty sure he was able to do before. But essentially now what you're doing is you upping the level of crocodile.
Okay, that's your argument?
I mean that adds context to as why.
I mean, okay. So wait. So does the context mean head cannon? Because that's exactly what context was.
That's all it is.
Context that you just said was pure head cannon. I agree that no, it's plausible. It's plausible that he got stronger in prison. Of course. I mean, we see that what happened. We see that with what's going on with what happened with Luffy and Wano. So we see that it's a possibility. Okay, cool. That could be how he got hockey. However you want to wrap it. But let's not act like we have to piece shit together. We didn't have to piece shit together to get that answer.
Yeah, I didn't have to piece it. Like that's what we got. Ola gave us the cover story, right?
Oh, like where in the story did you? Because where in the story did you see this nigga training? We don't even see Luffy training. So you said he was training. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not shown in any panels of him in training. It's mentioned when he.
So that goes to my like. Was it shown in the anime that he was training?
Nah, but again,
so it's like so. My whole point being that shit has not been seen, has not been referenced. All we knew is this nigga got locked up.
Nah, bro, it's not. Like when they break it out,
locked up.
When they break him out, they break him and Mr. One out, right? And then he's like, "Hey, man, Mr. One, like you've been slacking since you've been in here." It's implied to like, since I've been in here, I've been putting in work. Like I'm level 6. Mr. One wasn't on level 6, right? But he still been, slacking since he was in there. That it's almost implied like Crocodile been in there putting in work because he had trying to get started. Because again, the cover story shows the fact that, well, I still want to be Pirate King, right? So it reinforced that dream of his. That's the way I looked at it.
I mean, look, I'm only being hard on you, pause. I'm only being hard on you because that's just how you have to be. Because, like, I agree with you. But all I'm saying is, if you're just looking at it purely what was in the anime and in the manga, you wouldn't get that conclusion. Hell, you probably wouldn't even be thinking about Crocodile right now. Let's keep it a buck. When the last time we seen Crocodile?
Last time we seen Crocodile, he was speaking to Luffy. I think like before or during when Luffy was like whole cake. Something around me.
Yeah. That's the last time I remember seeing that nigga.
So we don't know if he was in the New World or not, but we know he's somewhere. I don't remember if they said New World or
not. No, it didn't. Oda didn't say it. But then we'll cut back. Oda will be like, it was the New World that he was at one though. Like
I mean, if Crocodile comes, like, in all honesty, I think in probably the next, if they go more into Odin's backstory, and like if they keep giving us maybe 3 to 5 more chapters, we'll run into Crocodile. Whitebeard fought Crocodile at one point. That's the game to start. That could be how Mr. 2 got that devil fruit.
Yo, I love your enthusiasm, my nigga, but it's no way in hell we seeing that.
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be the case, bro. I just know Crocodile.
You are being, you know damn well that's a gear for a Snake King Cobra stretch.
Mr. 2 devil fruit is in one though.
We don't see the fights that Oda hypes up. You're talking about seeing Crocodile. I mean, I want to see Crocodile. I fucks with the nigga. I'm just saying the likelihood of that happening is low. And it's like I hype myself up and like put myself in that. Oh, we might see this. We're not gonna see that shit. If we see that shit, I'll be surprised.
I really can't get let down like to a degree in One Piece because it's certain. I know how Oda is. He's gonna give us certain stuff that we probably at the moment in time don't appreciate, but later on will. You know what I'm saying? And then the stuff that we do.
I agree with you, man. I'm just saying, let's not act like that shit ain't trash. When it's like, let's not act like that shit ain't trash sometimes, my nigga. Let's just be Nani? Let's just be real.
It's not, bro. Like, okay,
let's keep it straight, bro. Even right now, have we even seen a semblance of the fucking Aokiji versus Akainu fight? Fuck no.
We got the result of that the film
result. Of course we gonna get that. Nigga, fuck out of here. You talking that nonsense, Nat.
I mean, what you? I'm not writing the story. I'm not drawing. What you want from me? I'm just telling you what happened.
Nigga, you reaching is what I'm saying. That was a reach.
I'm not. You asked, did we get? No, we didn't. We just got the result of. I'm agreeing with you. We just got the result of.
I thought you was all right. But you know what I was saying. Man. You was trying to be funny.
But with that, when we don't get that, right, I guarantee you it's gonna be something that really comes from that, right? And it's gonna be even better. We're gonna be, you know what? You didn't give us that, but I fuck with you, older.
I don't know what. If you, I thought you was about to say he gives it to us later, but because I still want to see that shit. I don't know about you, my nigga, but I personally still want to see
it. But I don't need.
I'm just saying. I'm only saying that in the aspect of like we got to stop letting certain shit slide and then being mad about other shit. Like, so it's like pick your shit. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be mad or do you just want to like read the story?
You can't he doesn't draw fights like that. Like he's a storyteller. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you have to.
If he's like a storyteller, bro, his story became an ass, man. Him to be so focused on the story that he ain't drawing fights. I mean, I would think the story would be a little better. Like certain characters were written. And I love Oda. But at the same time, yo, you gotta mute your mic when you're not talking. I had echo. But you know,
you said I got an echo.
Yeah, I'm pretty like I ain't hear it before you got in. Did you, Will?
You said what?
I said
I don't have an echo. I don't hear an echo.
I heard it for a second. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I am high as fuck. But I'm just saying, man, like I see how people have they gripes about One Piece, man. Like, but my issue be with like people who can't see the gripes that they be having with their favorite quote unquote the best mangaka out right now. Including a nigga that's been out here doing this shit for 20, damn near 30 years. It's just let's get it, nigga. Oh, you thought you had me. Oh my god. I am that nigga.
So who do you feel like is a better mangaka then?
What, than Oda?
Well, just in general, like of the authors that the manga that you read.
I mean, it's kind of hard. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Demon Slayer. And that's like that's seeing like when the fight with between the Lesser Moon and what's his name, the season finale fight, when even though he got that power, he still didn't kill him. And then they showed the difference and just them breathing. Like,
yeah, I'm not caught up yet, but I mean, I like the story. I feel like it's kind of like typical, but I still enjoy it.
so you don't think? Do you think that My Hero is generic?
My Hero.
Mm-hmm. Like the premise.
Generic as far as superheroes go, yeah, but the way that it's being done, not really. They're giving you some kind of surprises to keep you entertained. Well, I don't think generic would be the best way to describe it.
Well, they have generic ass anime fights.
Not for me.
Nigga, they be one punches, bro. They literally be like one punches. choreography do not be there. With a lot of fights. Not all, because you still have the Deku versus Bakugo. You still have the Nomu versus All Might. But fuck. What's another cool fight? I want to see how they do the Chisaki versus Mirio fight. I want to see how they do that in the Deku fight. I want to see how they pull those shits off. But other than that, I really don't. The gentle fight was nice, but like other than that, they're like the most hype fight that niggas be talking about. All for One versus All Might was trash to me.
You said that was trash?
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard that.
Like that shit was ass, bro. Literally, it was literally like a fucking punch. This nigga punched, that nigga punched, that nigga punched, this nigga punched, this nigga punched, that nigga punched. Then it was one. Then it was the last punch, and then this nigga had all them fucking quirks, but just did a fucking punch. He just boosted up one arm to do a punch. Okay, but he has all the fucking quirks. All right. You got it.
I mean, if you thought like that,
That shit was fucking shit. That was some comic book shit, man. That was that cheesy comic. Huh?
You didn't see him like adding strength, adding speed?
Man, of course I seen him add certain. That's why I said he enhanced the punch. He enhanced a punch. And then All Might just punched and made a shockwave to protect everybody behind him. Oh, he's protecting everybody. So that shit still ass, my nigga. Like the way that shit was, it was ass. And then they still punch. And then you got one last punch. Muscular versus Deku, my nigga, one punch. It was a punch. He went from 100% to 1,000,000,000%.
It's about superheroes, man. I mean, I don't really know how much more.
But that's why I preface the question by saying, is it generic?
I mean, like from a superhero standpoint, like, yeah, it's been done, no. But that fight was epic. Like this nigga was down to his last little beat.
Wait, say it again. Your mic is cutting out. Your mic is hella trash.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about it. I'm opt out there, right? Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Oh no, I was just I couldn't hear what you were saying. Like your mic keep cutting. Your mic be cutting in and out sometimes. So I catch what you said, but then I don't completely catch it. Did you hear what he said?
I can vaguely make out what he's saying. Like, okay, I can understand what was his point. Yeah.
So can you just try to tell us your point again? I ain't trying to keep you out the stream, my nigga. I just trying to make sure we hear you and we don't slander what you saying.
Can y'all hear me better now? Is there an echo?
That's much better.
Yeah, that's much better.
So I was saying, like, as far as I answer your question, is it generic? I don't think it's. I mean, it's generic as far as superheroes go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you get with a superhero type comic movie style.
I disagree. You know why? Because One Punch Man exists.
One Punch Man is generic too.
No, but
as far as superheroes.
But no, I could forgive My Hero for being generic because it actually does have he actually can write a story. What I'm saying is the fights, my nigga. The reasons, like, it's like, well, it's like reading a comic book versus reading a manga. Like, you see a colored page with a nigga with 1,000 niggas surrounding him. He got a sword out. And the next panel, you see this nigga talking, and everybody dead. So it's like, fuck, I gotta imagine the whole shit. Whereas you see the shit, like, oh, that nigga actually got shot down. Like, come on, man. It's like we gotta like really like be real. That shit is like with certain shit, it be generic, my nigga. Like, whereas with One Punch Man, right? Saitama, you don't really look at Saitama. You look at everybody else around Saitama. And you see how these niggas are heroes and are strong. Some niggas have powers, but it's niggas that don't have powers but are over the toply strong. That's fighting giant fucking centipedes with a fucking unbreakable bat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's like Batman, bro.
no, my
it's
nigga.
It's hella niggas in DC and Marvel.
I'm sorry, my nigga, but Batman, look, I love Bruce, my nigga. Pause. I love Bruce, but that nigga is not taking on a fucking giant centipede without no gear, with just a bat. You think Bruce?
Well, I mean, he gonna be in his bag. He gonna be in his utility belt for sure.
Yo, young nigga, you hit this motherfucker, man, Bruce.
But if that's Bruce all he got,
with a baseball bat knocking out a muff, you got. Is that really who you got? You got Bruce?
I mean, Batman is probably like the best person that you can use as far as like a regular guy in those scenarios. I'm pretty sure Marvel got somebody too, but I'm gonna just use Batman just off top, right? Like, I mean, that's Batman's MO. You give him prep time, he beating anybody. If you're giving him a bat in any situation, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to survive whatever.
Batman can fuck with. That's like saying Batman could fuck with Goku. The only reason that
he probably could.
The only reason that Batman can stick with this nigga, and you talking about prep time, nigga. I'm talking about metal bat. A nigga with a middle school nigga with a fucking metal bat. I mean, a high school nigga with a metal bat. An unbreakable metal bat, and is fighting fucking giant fucking centipedes, shits that can fly in the air. This nigga got ups. My nigga went to fight. One nigga fought that shit and then ended up fighting Garou. And you put Bruce in that situation, and you think Bruce doing anything of the sort?
See, I'll be ignorant to answer that because I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't caught up in One Punch Man.
Nigga, you wouldn't be
so like I don't know that situation like that.
Nigga.
No, I mean that's ignorant. That's because I don't know.
No, that nigga nigga, them niggas don't have weaknesses.
Like I said, I'm gonna just say Batman because that's the OP regular nigga that people know, and you know what I'm saying, without me going into like other type of comics and anything else like that.
Bruce though? Bruce? Oh no, your name is Bruce. That is your new name, my nigga. Mr. Wayne. That nigga not holding metal bat, my nigga. I'm sorry. Metal bat fading that nigga, man. Cause Metal Bat ain't got no weaknesses, nigga. He just a regular nigga that's got Zenkai boost. That is how I feel like you should do a superhero manga / anime. It's like, and like it's certain shit that is like I can say it's too over the top or whatever for right now and shit like that. But as far as just the fighting, even the hand-to-hand fighting is cold. This nigga Garou was chopping niggas with stopping fucking minigun bullets, my nigga. Deflecting them shits and catch. You got Bruce up, like you put Bruce in that situation?
Is he in his Batman suit? I mean, is he got his utility belt handy? Yeah. I put Bruce in the same situation.
He got his fucking utility belt. Gargoyle. This nigga have a utility belt. Did he on Batman level?
No, Batman getting bullet holes all over his body.
Bruce Grant.
I mean, if Bruce can take a punch from Superman, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
He got his back broken by Bane.
He still survived, right? He came back from that, didn't he? Did he die?
If he could take a punch from Superman, he wouldn't get his back broken by Bane.
No. Superman be holding back. He can take a punch from Superman for sure. I'm not saying 100% punch from Superman because can't nobody really do that, in the series. There's a few people, but not too many.
Oh my god!
I mean, Superman,
I don't know a punch man like that. So like anything I'm saying right now is just gonna be like me speaking ignorantly to the facts. I just don't know. But
no, it's just the fact that what it is my nigga. One Punch Man, them niggas be actual people, regular niggas that just
right. So no, I understand that.
Strong.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying like you saying they got strong through training. I'm like, okay, so did Batman, so did Bruce, Mr. Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like same guy.
Yeah, but not this type of training, nigga. Anime training versus training is completely different. That's like if Marvel made a comic book about cooking. You think niggas gonna watch that shit or read that shit? Fuck
yeah, man. I would. Depending on the character and how it's made, yeah, I would. I like slice of life stuff, so you asking the wrong guy. But I'm different.
You look like a slice of life, nigga.
Nigga, you don't even know what I look like.
You look like Dustin, nigga. What?
Head ass.
Reviewing act age and shit. Nigga, what? That's how you know that nigga was bored. That's how you know that nigga was determined not to read One Piece. This nigga reading act age. Nigga, how the fuck is you reading a manga about somebody trying to be an actor? Was he trying to be king of the actors? What the fuck?
I don't even know what act age is, bro.
What? Like, You would probably.
I'm just saying this, man. As far as My Hero goes, and One Punch, they both damn near, I'm not gonna say similar, but when it comes to superhero shit, like that's all in the same. It's all gonna be the same thing, man. Like you're gonna have a threat, you're gonna have a guy that stops the threat.
At least their fights are so much better, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's your opinion, though.
What you mean? I think it's
that's your opinion.
What fight in My Hero is stacking up to Garou versus the A-class heroes?
I don't know those people, so I could not give you an accurate depiction.
Nigga, go watch the fight. Hold on, don't make me fucking scream. Do not make me.
I can't watch it right now, bro. I can't watch it. I'm driving. I'm at work.
Oh, this ain't work. What do you do? You're
Somebody drive. I am pushing them 18-wheelers.
Damn, you look like a nigga that push 18-wheelers.
Yeah, I look like a ball player.
Look at this nigga trying to hype himself up. No, nigga, I'm tall as bitch. Yeah, like I play football, nigga. Fuck you, me, I'm beating you.
Hey, it is what it is, fam. Ain't too much talking about it.
Look, as he continues to talk about it, I feel it, my nigga. I feel it. That's funny. Nigga. I learned a lot about you nonsense, my nigga.
I mean, all the streams I done been in with Dustin, man. You already know, man.
No, but certain shit, my nigga. Certain shit, man. You just. made me aware of certain shit, man. You probably recommend some acting shit to me. I gotta watch what you recommend. What manga you recommend?
Nah, man, I'm out here. I'm out here with the shits, bro. Like Tokyo Shinobi Squad, good. Samurai 8, getting good. Motherfucking Yokozuna family, somebody put me on, good.
I definitely need to. I can't wait for the chapter. Oh, the chapter come out tomorrow. Oh shit! I'll probably do a live reaction if I can. Kingdom over One Piece. I don't read Kingdom. That shit doesn't have an anime, and it's like a fight where it's a show with like no power, so it's like that shit doesn't interest me at all. And he's about these Chinese niggas, and I don't like the Chinese names and shit. That shit was just good. It was cool though. It wasn't bad. It's just I ain't gonna read that shit. There's too many chapters now. If it was that much episodes, I watch it. Anime ass. So.
But yeah, man, y'all gotta stop knocking One Piece, man. You know, y'all just gotta enjoy what you get, man. That's the best thing to do.
Stop criticizing a nigga when he do some nut shit. Is that what you're saying? Just let a nigga do. I didn't watch the anime. AMG niggas say the anime is trash. And then I seen it was CG, so I was just like, all right, I'm not really trying to invest in it because it doesn't continue like where the manga is now. So it's just like, it's no point. Do I think TPN has become mid? My nigga, I stopped reading The Promised Neverland a long time ago. Last chapter I read was this nigga Norman was telling them about the demons, and then Emma said, I want to save them. Emma, you blowing me. Like, Emma, you blowing me. Like, fuck them niggas. Wipe them niggas out and fuck them niggas. Pause. Why? Why you want to, like... Emma blew me. Emma started to really, like, agitate me as the shonen, as the MC. Like, raise my nigga. She didn't say that. Then what she say, man? I don't know. I ain't seen that shit. I ain't read that shit in so long. So, nonsense. What do you think that? Since you always telling everything that you think was good, what did you think that was some shit that Oda did wrong?
On my end, you cutting out a little bit. What you said? What do I think?
No, I said
who did wrong?
I said what, like, since you're saying like niggas need to stop talking shit about One Piece, and I agree with you talking so much shit about One Piece, but I'm saying give a legitimate criticism of One Piece.
I mean, besides the fights and not getting enough of them, certain aspects in the story I wish just certain aspects in the story I wish trying to get flushed out a little sooner than later. Like obviously the Void Century, whatever the moons have to do with the story, what Clover was essentially about to say. I mean, I know we're gonna get all that here pretty soon, hopefully in the next arc, and not just literally at the end, but just stuff like that. Just I know it's world building, but just a little bit more. Certain characters need to be developed a little bit more under the Straw Hats. Other characters like Smoker need to be developed a little bit better.
Oh, not to cut you off. Hold that thought. No, I was just saying, hold that thought. I'm just gonna respond to AMG right quick. But see, what's wrong with committing genocide? Because what happens if? Damn, that's kind of crazy. What's wrong with committing mass genocide? But I'm saying, like, in the War of the Promised Neverland, what is wrong with killing off all them fucking demons and starting anew? Because you're gonna have the demons that's gonna wanna start the shit all over and start the cycle all over again. But go ahead, nonsense. What else you were saying? Oh, I popped my bad.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Just like certain characters need to be developed more. Just, not going too far into the story. Like a lot of stuff, a lot of panels just kind of like we don't necessarily need in, hindsight, you know what I'm saying? We could deal without certain panels and got the story flushed out just a little bit more. But, I mean, it's, take away the fights, like certain fights we could have got there that we should add more emphasis on the story as far as like hyping it up, but that's about it. Like to me, I feel like One Piece is a very well told, well done story, but it's kind of hard to have gripes about it, but I mean, they're there.
I mean, it's kind of really like why you were doing so well until you said that last part.
I mean, that's my opinion though.
No, I mean
that don't have to be your opinion. That's my opinion.
And at the end of the day. But you mean to tell me that you're okay with Crocodile? I mean, not Crocodile. You're okay with Luffy getting Gear 2 and Gear 3 out of nowhere? No stand up for it.
I mean,
this nigga just gets it.
Here's the thing with Gear 2, right? It was introduced in a movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was introduced.
You just blew
some type of steam opponent or whatever. No, I'm for real. Like this is dead serious. And Oda used that same.
This argument blows me every time. So it's cool.
It's a legit argument though because Oda had.
Hold that thought. It's okay for you to hate the anime for adding the scene, but this nigga talking about a
One Piece.
A movie.
I'm just saying the way. I'm just saying the way it's done. I'm just saying the way it's done, right? Him essentially pumping blood, that's the way it was done. Now, the fact of how he thought about doing that in that short amount of time is still up in the air. I don't necessarily understand that myself. It is, because I don't understand it. I don't say I don't like it. I don't understand it because it's just like, well, how is Zoro and this nigga Luffy just able to do that off rip, right?
My question is, are you okay with it? Is that okay with you?
I mean, the outcome, yes. It initially, no, it wasn't, but the outcome, yes. I became okay with it.
Outcome. So the outcome. So are you saying only the outcome matters? Is that what you're saying?
You cutting out for me. What'd you say?
I said, so are you saying the only thing that matters is the outcome?
No, I'm not saying that. I said initially I wasn't okay with it. Like initially I was not okay with it. The same as like spoiler, I guess, for those who ain't caught up, but Deku having like the what's the name for the quirks. I'm not okay with that, right?
Oh no, that's
you know what I'm saying. But the outcome of it, I'm pretty sure I would be.
No, see, but I am gonna hold the outcome to some level of scrutiny because that's like if in Naruto, right? We didn't know about the Nine-Tailed Fox until the Naruto versus Sasuke fight. That'd have been ass. Like that, it was in Naruto. That'd have been ass.
Wait, what with Naruto and Sasuke?
I said that we didn't see any type of progression with the Nine-Tailed Fox with Naruto. To the fact that it's making this nigga stronger. Or it's a double-edged sword type of shit.
I mean, we had to see progression with Naruto,
but that's my point. We had it there. We didn't have it with Deku. This nigga Deku is not even able to use 25% on a consistent basis. Yet he finds out that he's gonna inherit 6 quirks at all on top of. I mean, altogether he's gonna have 6 quirks.
Right, that's wild.
Well, technically, it wouldn't be 7 because then it says you have 6 more, right? Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
Hey,
No. It's I think it's 6 altogether.
Oh, okay. Well, either way,
I hope.
when this nigga, so when All Might, the nigga who's had that shit for 20 plus years,
Never knew
that it was a semblance. He actually trained under the master who gave the quirk to the nigga.
Yep. And she never told this nigga.
100% for past 20 years. But you mean to tell me you give it to Deku, a nigga who instead of he inspired to be a hero, but instead of working out his physical body because he knew that was going to be a requirement at some point, he worked on his mind. And whether that's smart writing and cool, that's a whole different subject. But what I'm saying is, nigga is not even able to use 25%. But it's now going to have to incorporate Satan. There's like, if anything, it makes it harder. No, it's bullshit because not only did he just get like 3 arcs ago, he might wait. No, I can't say 3 arcs ago. When he really got in depth with his shoot style.
Yeah.
Like 4 arcs ago. And now he's already incorporating a new quirk that he was able to draw out in a week.
That's something I don't like it. That's.
That's what.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's. I agree with you. Like that's kind of similar to how it was with Luffy and Zoro. You know, them just initially I didn't. It kind of is. Only reason why I say kind of because both Luffy and Deku are both mentally, involved as far as like in trying to better themselves, like constantly thinking, right? So obviously Deku more than Luffy, but
Luffy think.
What you mean? Fighting wise, he's a battle genius.
Oh, okay, no. You got that. I thought you were saying something else. Go ahead.
No. That's what I'm saying. All around, obviously Deku, but when it comes to fighting, like Deku and Luffy, kind of like similar in that aspect. So that's the only reason why I say kind of because and this so I'm trying to tie it in just so I can make sense of it. I'm not saying this is legit or the best way of looking at it, but this is the way my mind, what I'm saying, like at least is okay with things. Oda took from the movie, he applied it in One Piece. He thus gave you, reason of why he's able to do it and do it this way due to CNA techniques as far as CP9 techniques and stuff like that. So being this way, I'm like, okay. But at what point on this train ride did this nigga Luffy practice this? And at what point does Zoro, practice his fighting styles and everything else and being able to unlock Ashura? Like at what point did these things even occur and happen? I'm not saying it's an ass pull to that severity.
It's an ass pull.
I'm not going to that severity, but I can see if someone does say that. I can see why.
We watched him on the train and it's like, hey, I got this new technique. I mean, if you guys any souls to warning to, I'm just gonna do it and bust your ass. Even though I just got one shot.
He was thinking
what?
Like in his mind, like, well, it should work, I don't see why it wouldn't. And Luffy, was smart enough to try it in a fight. That's the only way I can all right, it's okay, I guess, But do I like it? No, not really, but it's all right. But it helps the story go along.
Is that not trash? Is that not trash?
It's not. Initially, I thought it was.
Oh my god!
I thought it was. I didn't like it. But
So just because
to understand.
Trash no more. So just because time went on, it's no longer trash.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
One Piece niggas, because they forget. Because they forget.
I didn't forget. I'm completely telling you, I didn't like it initially, right? So I know what I was going. I was trying to process this.
But the fact of you saying like, all right, I don't like it, but it grew on me, so I ain't gonna call it bullshit. When you know damn well,
ain't shit I can do to change it. Ain't nothing I can do to change it. Like I don't like it, but I mean, like it is what it is at this point.
I mean, that's fine. Just admit that is bullshit. Where did we literally sat there watching them niggas on the train. The panels that they gave us of them niggas on the train. This nigga Luffy was just sitting up there. You mean to tell me this nigga was sitting up there like blowing air into his arms, getting small and large, nigga? Like what? And so why did they not know about a big ass fist? As long as it took this nigga Luffy to do that shit at first, he had to pump the blood in like 2-3 times. Had to do a whole stance like he was ready to take a shit. You mean to tell me he was on top of the train just doing that shit? And then like to see how long it was gonna last, and then to hop around and do Geppo and shit, like, cause that's all we saw.
On the I understand, like, if you understand some steam, them fighting like a steam enemy or what, I forgot what it was. But knowing the fact that he was on steam power, I gotta give, that's kind of smart on the older part. That's that. At the same time, it's still, there's no practice, there's nothing shown, but that's what we get.
So, but look,
again, I'm gonna repeat. No, I don't like, but it's to be.
But here's my problems with niggas like you or One Piece niggas, right? Y'all still have the biggest fight, biggest fuss over Luffy versus Katakuri, and the fact that Luffy has future sight.
I don't have a fuss over about it no more. I gave credit to Dustin when I clarification for.
You breaking. I mean, you in the Matrix like a motherfucker. Hey, young nigga, you ain't said nothing in a minute. How you feel about this?
Man, are y'all still talking about Gear Second?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, we were really mostly just talking about like the differences in the differences in storytelling, as like people can say that, oh, this is bad in another series or this is bad in One Piece, but they can't acknowledge when this certain writing is terrible in that series.
Well, yeah, that tends to happen a lot with like a lot of series. People just let their biases, especially as of with like One Piece, with people talking about ass pulls with like Snake Man, like there has been ass pulling like Naruto or Shonen like that. That tends to happen a lot especially with One Piece nowadays. Like I said,
I agree.
Hey, is it better or?
Yeah, you're good now.
No, I was saying like I gave to answer your, or to respond to you were saying with the fight with Katakuri and him having future sight. Like I gave Dustin his credit for that, because me and him argued about that on his stream before, and I was saying like, nah, Luffy ain't got it. It's done a different way, but I was wrong. I'm like, all right, I gotta take my loss. Like that's what it was. Like yeah, he got it, then he developed it, cool. But certain people want to say, I guess, for him having that is a problem. I'm like, he has to progress somehow in the story. in all these three aspects of hockey, so I don't see what the issue there is. I feel like it should have been done in that 2-year time skip, and it really should have been flushed out more in this fight.
But if he had did that shit fresh out of Wisconsin, that'd have been bullshit. He's on he first commander level as soon as he hop off. Who's he up on for Sky, my nigga? Nah, fuck that.
Well, no, not first commander level, but at least like
first commander. The only person we've ever seen have that is first commander level niggas or above.
You know what I'm saying? In that future site, like coming up with Wisconsin, I'm saying at least, let's say kind of how well, I know that. I mean, but he had that before. You know what I'm saying? What I'm getting at is like, him being able to at least have more emphasis on it, especially fighting with Ray. You know what I'm saying? But not to the degree of what Kata Curry was able to do, like 5 seconds into the future. Maybe like a second would have been okay. You know, and then getting up to that level of where Kata Curry was at during that fight would have been, you know, at least done a little bit better, because now we at least have an idea of it's already been presented in the story. So when he comes across an opponent who has a superior, you know, usage of that, then it's like, all right, well, cool. Now we get a better understanding. But it's like now this nigga can just able to do that. We don't know for how long because it hasn't been mentioned in the story yet. But we know he's able to do it. So, I mean, I like it, but it's still, it just needs to be flushed out a little bit more.
I mean, but that's with anything. I'm just saying, man. People just gotta like, if you gonna say that One Piece is the greatest manga, you tripping. If you say My Hero is the greatest manga, the best written manga, you tripping. Because Deku, no, the most exciting niggas, because that's quote unquote why the fuck manga. Why are you reading Shonen Jump?
Well, I think One Piece is. I think One Piece is one of the better manga that showcases world building.
I mean, of course, but that's because because he has a monopoly on that anime. Can't nobody ever make a fucking manga about pirates no more.
Why can't they?
Oh, that shit.
I'm pretty sure somebody. I mean, nobody's gonna probably do it right now.
World Builder's gonna be on 1,000 because he has to make a believable pirate story.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can make one about pirates that's a little bit more violent.
I mean, let's see how long. Let's see how long it takes for somebody to at least start one.
I mean, look at Vinland Saga, right?
Now One Piece is in serialization. That's a dub.
Look at Vinland Saga, right? If you had
that's not a pirate. I know.
I'm saying, but if it was a mangaka that made one that was similar to that type of style and maturity, I'm pretty sure it would sell pretty well. A lot of people like fights. A lot of people like Dragon Ball Z, and a lot of people like gore.
You said a lot of people like what?
Fights, Dragon Ball Z, and gore. And if you have that involved in a pirate manga that can either be still fantasy or follows like a line of history, I'm pretty sure people would enjoy that.
Yeah, but what happens if you want to put in a white beard or a black beard?
You can still have a black beard in there.
How, Sway?
Oda doesn't own Blackbeard, bro.
In theory, what you're saying is true. But the application, how, Sway?
Oda don't own Blackbeard. That's why his name is like technically Edward Keach. You know what I'm saying? Like Whitebeard and Blackbeard are the same person.
But what I'm saying is it's gonna get compared.
I mean, some people are probably gonna make the comparison, sure, but it depends on how well it's done. You set yourself aside now. You got a foundation with using Oda's work. You can either like take from that and pay homage to, or you can essentially, set yourself.
Why would you set yourself up like that? That's like if somebody ever made it Ninja.
So do we think? So do you think less of Kobe for copying MJ's style?
You're talking to Ron about basketball.
I mean, but you know those two players though, right? Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So do you think less of Kobe Bryant, or would you think less of Kobe Bryant for copying Michael Jordan's style?
I mean, there's a difference from paying homage and straight jacking a nigga style.
I mean, that's kind of paying homage to.
Not to me.
He was appreciation. He was showing appreciation to the fact that like his hard work and effort and the way is and the style of play that MJ had. So he mimicked that, right? And put his own little sauce on there and made it better. If somebody else essentially paying homage to that, they're like, all right, well, I like what he did. I'm essentially gonna mimic some of that in here. I'm gonna give him his credits. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm gonna put my own little spin on it.
I have more respect for the man that builds his up on his own play style and making it do what he wants to do by still being him. But with that being said, this game is going way longer than it was supposed to. So we out, my guys. Thank you guys for joining in.
Appreciate you having me on, bro.
And if you're watching this, plug your channel if you get a channel or anything.
Oh man, I don't really gotta. Don't subscribe to me. You can subscribe to obviously subscribe to Fame, my boy, the Grand Shogun. You know what I'm saying? He be doing streams and stuff. Captain Valen and Hypebeast Morgans and them. You know what I'm saying? But don't subscribe to my channel yet. I ain't on them shit yet.
Well, I feel it. Just want to give you that chance. Well, should I Tensei motherfucker? We out this bitch. Oh man.